going off for broke for my friends to like me, oh, but I know they see right through me cause they listen to my songs, yeah. But I don't care, no baby, I don't care. People always tell me take a breath, hey, hey, hey. I've been looking for something that haunts me all night. I've been staying up hours until the sunrise. Just so casual, always living the same life. I don't really mind, but I just need to take some time to get away.
Welcome everyone. Let's hope the stream quality stands. I've tried something a bit different today, hopefully to keep the stream quality up to make the frame rate better. We'll obviously see whether that actually works. I doubt if it's struggling, we'll obviously turn it back up, but we'll see how it goes. So this is tonight FNR Silver, and we're away with the Brazilian Grand Prix today. Shalom, Kieran. Good seeing you. So yeah, let's see how the frame rate lasts. Hopefully it does well. I'll keep an eye on it, hopefully, during the stream. And yeah, I'm looking for a good race today. We've obviously had Dragon, who has been quite, as I put, a dominant force in this league. And he really does need to be dethroned if everyone wants to take that driver championship away from him, because he is looking to take Alex for that. Alex has had a poor few races, so, Dragon is definitely the favourite to win on this one. So we can already see it's looking a bit grey for qualifying. Brazil is very famous for having in constantly changing weather. What was it we had? Was it 2016 when we had about 7 or 8 pit stops from drivers because it just constantly changed? Hey Tristan, good seeing you here. Have a good race. I know you're ready to put on a show. Let's see who are the first few drivers to come out today. Looks like a few Ferraris and an Alfa Romeo. Dragon, we've just been speaking about him. He's already out on track, but we actually have someone popped out in front of him. One of the McLarens. Actually, there's some. So is it Liam? No, it's Shade. First time I've seen him in this league was last Friday, so he didn't have the greatest of races. We saw him struggle a little bit in Baku. Let's hope this one's a bit of a better one for him. Everyone obviously warming up, getting those tyres up to temperature. As I said, guys, let me know if there's any issues with the stream. I'll obviously try and resort it out if there's any issues. Yeah, Apex, where we're looking to see if he can put on a good race tonight. He's obviously struggled out as well. Another one struggled back. We didn't have many finishers out last time out. Obviously this will be a very different because it's not a street circuit this time. Lovely little camera shot of all the cars coming through. Quite a lot on their outlap, so could that be an indication that rain is coming? Here we go. This is where you start your ascent up to the start-finish line to bring out your flying lap. Here we go. Starts out taking as much of the track as he can, putting 2 wheels off just to get that angle right for braking into turn 1. Through the Senna S's. Very nicely taken. Not much room for error through there. Easy to invalidate a lap and even go wide occasionally. Got a yellow flag already. We will just assume that that is someone struggling at the moment. I would have thought so. Hey Jack, thanks for liking the stream, appreciate that. Oh, Shade really struggling into the braking zone. Not getting away cleanly there. Let's have a look further up the grid. Who was it we saw? Ferrari out and we saw Dragon out. Let's have a peek at Dragon. Look at that rock of the Ayrton Senna helmet in Brazil. Showing some, obviously, patronage to him. Obviously, this is his race, his home country. And what a driver Senna was. So, good shout out to there for putting that helmet on. Thank you, Bob, for sharing the stream. Appreciate that. Lots of shares today. Really do appreciate that. Let's have a look. What type of lap does Dragon do? A 1 minute 9.6. Okay, it's decent. We know that people can go a little bit faster, so it's quite a few 1 minute 9s coming through. I'm expecting to see very low 1.9s when we reach Q2. Oh, DC going off wandering there. Don't know where he's off to. And as the other drivers come through, 1:10. Oh, Jason, thank you very much for sharing that. Appreciate that. And just as he goes out, actually. Let's have a look. Toon out in Sector 2. My god, it's all coming through now. Making my stream too busy. What are you guys doing? Appreciate that, Jack. Thank you very much. And there he goes. There, get the notification for that. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate all that. Can't tell. Is Toon still? Oh, Toon is still on a lap, I think. Doesn't look to have backed out of it. Let's have a look as he comes round. Final corner. He hasn't set a time yet, so we've not really got an indication whether he's backed out. He looked like he is going a bit slow. I think he's building up for a new lap. Let's just see what comes across the line. Yeah, he's already passed the 1:09 mark. Yeah, definitely got to be another lap coming from him. I would expect so. Nismo, he does have a qualifying ban, as far as I was led to believe. So don't know if he should be out there. Let's move on to Bilton, who is on a fast lap. He's another good pacemaker out in Baku. He was really setting the world alight, but just got pipped by a couple of the drivers. Let's see what kind of lap he can do here today. Thank you for following, Jack. Appreciate that. Let's see what Bilton goes for. I'm expecting a 1:09 from him off the bat. I'd be surprised if he's going slow. He likes to push out straight away. Let's see, he comes round the, won't really be the final corner. Onto the straight of the, well, it's not really a straight, it's a slight curve onto the start finish line. Hey DC, thank you for liking the stream. There we go, Bilton actually goes through the 1:12. He must have made a mistake somewhere, not usual for him. Let's move on, let's take a peek at Rayner. He's actually just about to finish his first line lap. Disqualified from the session, parked in a dangerous location. Okay, that's an odd one there. 1:10 flat, puts him into 5th position temporarily. Looking solid at the moment. Bit of a shame for Shade there, we're not sure quite what happened. Let's just have a peek, see what else everyone else doing. Super Steve still to come through and do a lap. He's on that at the moment. Oh, struggling a little bit. Oh, he's going slow. Backing out of the way. Who's that going past him? That looked like Bilton. It was indeed. The rain is coming out now. I did say it looked like it was coming. Oh, you are, Jack, are you? What kind of lap times are you doing around Brazil? Right, let's have a look to see what Bilton can do. He's probably desperate to get a lap out with that rain coming through. Anyone in the high 110s are really going to want to do another lap as quickly as possible, but everyone's in the pits. He's not improved his time enough. He's going to struggle. This is where it's going to become very slippery. Goes very wide. Out of turn 2? turn 3 even. Okay, he's still keeping it smooth. Thomas, thank you very much for liking the stream. But that rain is starting to come down enough that it will disrupt the slick tyres. 1:09's, that's a decent time, Jack, decent time. Here we go. Let's see if Bilton's going to make any difference here. Coming out of Sector 2, I think it's going to be too much for him. 9/10 quicker though. Okay, he's still got something left to give. As I said, he's probably very desperate to get out back in the pits from this rain. Here he comes, across the line. There's a 1:11.2, but it doesn't put him up enough. I think that's going to be it for Bilton. I don't think he's going to manage to make any faster times than that. So it could be a possibility that Bilton's out in Q1. Jason, another one who should be up quite high. He's not really got a lap out in. Yeah, and the rain is starting to come down now. What can he do? I'm at 11.7, another one that's struggling here. It's not good, that's not good at all. What I'm going to do, I think, just let me know, guys, well, again, if the frame rate's struggling, I will adjust the settings, just because I was trying something out new today, so do let me know if there's any issues with it. So I think that's really going to be it for qualifying. Liam's out there to do a lap, because he hasn't made one yet, but I couldn't see him getting to the top 15, not with the weather as it is now. Yeah, I think Dragon has been looking strong all through the past few weeks. I'd be very concerned if we don't see him on top, or at least challenging for it. Frame's good, that's alright. Appreciate that, Jack. Just obviously, as I said, panic a little bit, just making sure it's alright. Tristan, he's, yeah. Tristan's not really doing too well at the moment, is he? He's got out of the race. How he managed that, he must have just slipped on the right as Jason does it. He goes flying around there. I think that's going to be it for this session probably already. I'd be surprised if we see any more laps. So really, as it's, I mean, hopefully people can improve the times if the rain eases off. But going off the fact that, you know, it'd be surprised if the rain already went in Q1. We could be seeing out Shade, Liam, Super Steve, and Jason, Toon, and Bilton just making it into Q2 there. If Liam can't make a time, which I'd be very surprised if he can. So, yeah, gonna be a good one, especially with some of those guys that are down there. Yeah, definitely, I'll have a good laugh at Tristan, especially because he's already put himself out in Q1, even though he's through. He's already managed to retire. Right, so I'd be very surprised if the rest of the guys don't retire in this session, because there's going to be no chance to do a new lap at this point. Let's have a look. Anyone actually out on track? No, we have no one out on track. Oh no, we have Liam. Still going round, still wants to make a time. I mean, shame it's really not going to bump him up, but you know, it's nice to see someone still give it a attempt. Oh, wow, he does not manage that. That was a supreme crash. That's an odd place to go out as well. Normally, people don't cut that corner early, but he just lost it, and yeah, on the grass on the outside. And that's it for him. Gone as quick as that. I would imagine everyone's going to start retiring now if the rain is that bad. Oh no, who's that coming out? There's a car. Which one is it? I can't find it. Won't show me until they're actually out. Ah, it's LH44. I've had some good battles with him in the SNR League. Good to see him join a new one that I can commentate on rather than race against him. Oh, thank you very much, Stephen, for liking the stream. Appreciate that. Yeah, so he's gone out and just obviously just put on a little bit of a show for us. Make sure we can all see something in the qualifying session. But as I said, I'd be surprised if we don't. Yeah, look at all of them retiring now. They realise with the rain coming out, there's not much point of continuing. Oh, Tristan, thank you for liking the stream. Now that you've done enough already though with the amount of shares you've put in there. I saw how many that came to. Ah, Matt, thank you very much as well. I mean, we'll go quickly on board with LH44 just to kind of watch if he even puts in a lap. I'd be very surprised if he does. Look, you can see from the inputs he's putting into the steering wheel, even on intros, it's still not managing now, and there we go. Just giving us a demonstration. Gavin, thank you much for liking the stream. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I'd be surprised if we don't have the other guys all retiring now. Liam as well. God, it's just a procession of likes now. Appreciate that, everyone. Let's have a look, see what else is going on. Nothing at all. We've got everyone really done for now. So the bottom 5 will be, as stated, with Toon, Jason, Stee, Liam and Shade. Obviously Bilton only squeezing through by 3/10 to get out of that. It was very lucky for him, as the rain had started coming down after he had some poor laps, and he still managed to pull it through, so very well done to him. Well, it's just a waiting game now until the guys retire, so I hope everyone's had a good week so far and is ready for a good race when it comes about. Tell me, guys, who is most looking forward to watching in this race? Who's going to be your standout driver today? For me, I think we're going to see some good racing for Dragon, and I think look out for LH44. I think he's going to be one to push for that podium spot. Maybe push some people out the way in the sense of who's been normally up there. Chris, I like the idea of the creating the 11th team for F1 2020. That's some good news to hear from them. Good to hear that they're still applying, you know, new game modes. You know, the thoughts are not just in, you know, reproduce the same game with a different car. So good to see from that. Is everyone else hope enjoying the trailer for F1 2020? Thank you, DC, for sharing the stream. Appreciate that. Tristan's on to look out for this. I mean, he has put in some decent performances in the past few races that I have streamed and commentated, so it's, you know, be interested to see what he can do tonight. He's been bragging a little bit about his lap times around Brazil, so he better put that into action. Hayden thinks LH44 and Dragon as well, you know. I would definitely think those are the two to be watching out for today. Only LH44 for the sense that on FNR, I don't think we've seen him make an appearance, so, you know, kind of a dark horse in the race. And Apex has crashed into the pit exit just as he comes out on inter. Come on, Apex. Oh, might as well retire there. Davis, thank you very much for liking the stream. Yeah, Hayden, the making your own team in F1 2020 is definitely going to be a strong pulling point. Yeah, Thomas, it's definitely good. You know what? A small thing that I quite like that they've done is reintroduce split screen and two-player, just for the sense that, you know, it's one of these little features that was nice to have for when you had a friend round. You know, it was a shame to ever get rid of it. So it's nice that they've decided they want to bring that back. Right, so Apex done in there. Just go back to the pit. Yeah, it's not very much like Apex. I've not seen him do anything like that before. He must have just completely misjudged where the garage releases him and how wet it was. We've got 1 minute 50 to get it through. Come on, guys, you can just retire. We can move on to Q2 now. No need to put on a show during Q1. It's just a waiting game now, of course, until we get that through. Let me just quickly check to make sure nothing else going on. I think we're all good in this race for the time being. It is, as I said, just a waiting game at this point in time. Yellow flag inside the one. Hang on, nobody even went out. It must have been Apex's car just finally appearing off and making its way to the yellow flags. Right, 1 minute left. Got no one going out. The engineers look very, very enthusiastic. Let's see what Mercedes garage. Those guys just typing away. Toon's garage and Devil. You know, Ferrari guys looking pretty relaxed for today's race. Kieran, thank you very much for liking the stream. Yeah, it's I feel bad for the guys that are helping out today. The volunteers, the marshals. They're got very good wet weather clothing with them today, have they? You know, better not get any hypothermia, guys. Actually, it's a tropical country. You can't really get hypothermia in a tropical storm, can you? So, 20 seconds left. Finally get on to Q2. Get into the last 15. We'll see. This rain probably stick around for Q2, so you may see some surprises in the top 10, you know. Brazil is a very difficult circuit to navigate the best of times with some of these corners. So in the rain, you've got such high-speed corners, especially coming into the back. You know, if you lose it slightly on the curb, that is it. You're gone. So let's just have a look at the confirmation of the bottom 5, and there we have it. Shaden 20th, Liam 19th, Steve 18th, Jason unluckily in 17th in the Racing Point, and Toon as well. Ali, thank you very much for liking the stream, appreciate that. And we will move on once all the drivers are readied up for Q2. So obviously Q1 was a very slow session, but you know, it kind of gets us into grips with the guys. Look at the times. I think really we can only take realistically the top 6 times. You know, they were done during the dry. The rest it started to rain or it started to come down. So those times will be slower. So we're definitely looking, I think, again, high 19s, low 110s, because they'll be going out in the medium tyres, trying to stick with that for the actual race. I said that and forgot about the rain entirely, so it won't be. It'll be it might even be wet at this point. The rain is fairly coming down now. So yeah, completely ignore what I said. I'm chatting some rubbish at the moment. I think that looks like Regan's engineer getting his car ready, and looks like an Alpha that is 100% going to be dragging, and I was correct. He loves to be first down track. Loves that screen time. We have the Williams of Apex, I believe that is, or is it Maverick? It's Maverick this time. Ooh, as he nearly goes wide there. Puppy out. I think they're all going to be coming out. Both Renaults at the same time there. I think it's going to be a case of maybe the track is getting worse. Lee, you tried to drift. I mean, that's not what the F1 car was built for, but I appreciate you gave it a try. We did catch it in all its glory, Liam. You got that well on stream. Just hope for a good race, Liam, okay? You'll get there, okay? Let's have a look at some of these guys. Everyone is out at the moment, so I suspect that we're going to be seeing heavy rain soon. Everyone's going wide. Apex not out yet, Bilton's not out, and we have a few... Oh, that was Nismo flying into a wall. We just missed that. There's his wreckage right there. Oof. Big crash there. So we have our first retirement and driver out in this session. Nismo with his big crash just out of Sector 1. Let's have a look, see, we'll go on board with Dragon or whoever's at the front. Do like to see what the first lap will be. I can't actually tell. Looks like it's going to be Maverick, is it? Or was it Rayner? I saw something Mercedes. Well, no, I will stick with Maverick for just now. Let's get the lap data up. We'd like to see what kind of lap people are doing. Oh, you can hear that engine revving as he just tries to take it around the S's. Best in the rain, especially in these kind of Senna S's, to keep it in a high gear to more gain the traction than anything. Because being in the lower gears causes the rear end to really slide out as you kind of what's the word for it? That wheel spin, that's what I'm looking for. Very cautious, very neat through this part of the track, as we'd expect to see, and that is not what I want to see. I guess with it being in the rain, being the first lap of probably quite a few, you don't want to be pushing it too hard, as we saw Nismo do. So maybe a cautious approach isn't too bad for this session, your first few laps. Comes around the final corner. Let's see, there's quite a nice dry line, so we can see Inter's being used for quite a while in this one. Here it comes across the line, 121. Well, I was going to say I have no real judgment of how good of a lap that is, but instead the 119.1 and Renault the 119.7. Let's see what Dran comes around to do. He's the one to watch for. 123.1. Very shocking there from Dragon. Let's have a look down the grid. We have Tristan. As I said, he's been bragging quite a bit about his lap times in practice around Brazil, so we'll see him put his money where his mouth is and what lap time he can produce in the wet. Drifting a little bit through there. Wilfredo, thank you very much for the like, appreciate that. Here comes Tristan, And what looks like a decent lap, a 119.5. I think he'll definitely take that. It's a good inter-lap. Sorry, a good lap out on the inters. Let's get to LH44. He's a man we didn't actually get some screen time in Q1 other than his little inter stint. 140 for Tristan. Imagine. Here comes LH44. Really using a lot of that curb. Surprisingly, as we see, I think that was Stead go past. It's not a commonality to use a lot of the curb in Brazil here for on the wet track. A 119 flat from Rayner. What a lap there. H44 comes around for a 119.7. We still have Regan and Bilton to come around, and Apex, and Gavler even, sorry. Bilton just coming to finish his lap now. What will this be? It's looking a little bit slow. 121.1. Not the greatest of laps there. Let's have a look at Apex as he comes round for his flying lap. That looks like it is the end of Sector 1. So a 20.2. Really, I haven't actually been on board for any Sector 1, so I'm not sure if it's a good time or not. He goes wide out there. Apex starting to struggle, I think, in the wet for this track. He may just not be quite accustomed to it. Obviously, as I said, some of the undulation in these corners can really cause issues under braking, so if you're not used to the track in the wet, it could be a really big issue trying to get round. Let's focus on Gavlar, because Apex looks to have pulled out of his lap. He's just behind him, so hopefully we make mine. Angelo, thank you very much for following. Your name is going to definitely push my recent follower thing to its limits. But I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. So here comes Gavlar. His first lap. It's looking a little slow. We've seen Sector 2 times of 1 minute rather than 1 minute 2. Maybe a little bit off the pace. As they said, good luck. Keeping him occupied in work. It's good to see you tuning in while you're at work there. Oh, we should see quite a good race, I think, here. A 120.7, so Gavlar pulling out of the bag, because I was convinced a 1 minute was where Sector 2s were. Rayner very happy with his lap. I'm not surprised that 119 flat is a decent time. Let's go on board with Puppy. We've not seen anything of him. Carlos, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that, my man. Hope you're enjoying the race. And Puppy's actually coming into the pit, so we'll come back off him. Is Gavlar coming around for the lap? Oh, Apex is retired. Oh, he's another one. He's hit the exact same wall as Nismo did. So we have another one out. That is going to definitely be it for Apex, because he's not in the top 10. And have a chance of qualifying there. Unlucky there. Don't know, dear. You have to ask some of these guys that are coming on the stream what the race weather is going to look like. As we see Gavlar coming around here. Oh, dry, Matt's thinking. 1 minute 2, so Gavlar's going a little bit slower than his previous lap. Oh, and I just saw Dragon's name changed to Outlap, so he's obviously not happy with barely being in the top 10. He wants to put in a lap that's going to secure it. We see Gavlar come in. So we'll actually stick to Dragon, because he's the only man out on track at the moment. Obviously, enough time to do plenty laps, so I can see him putting in something astonishing. He's probably going to want to beat Rayner. There's no way he's going to want to lose that top spot, is there? So we'll watch as he goes round. Apologies, bear with me, people. Just need to double check something. Obviously not pushing the way. Be a bit worried that he's keeping his tyres too cool. He may want to just have a little look at speeding up. Well, he's not. He's slowing right down. He wants to get a real good outlap there. There's looking forward to a few guys watching from his side and work. I'm sure we'll see some great battles in this one today. Here we go, for a fast lap. Dragon on the edge at the moment in 9th. Looking to... Oh, was that a little bit of a struggle? I couldn't tell. He looked like he was wobbling a little bit out there. He's really wanting to make sure he doesn't mess up now. Tristan getting his seat offered out. We'll see if he can give a top 3 performance. Maybe he can keep his seat. Right, here he comes round here. Maverick's retired as he had an incident. Ahoy, Brandon. Good to see you in here. Get ready for what should be a quality race. Right, let's have a look at what Dragon can do. We're looking at the minute 2 mark, weren't we, or even quicker, close to a minute mark for Sector 2. It doesn't look to be that great. He's 9/10 off his own time. Very much at risk of being pushed out of the session. And he has been our driver on form recently as well. So interesting to see if he's going to be able to do anything. We go 121.5. Even that Sector 3 he was struggling. Is the track getting wetter? Is that what's causing these issues? As the Devil is now on a lap as he's on the wets. So it must be. The weather must have really changed in the last few minutes. Steven cheered on Bilton there. Bilton's got a lot of work to do because the track is just so much wetter now. The wet tyres are needed, and it's not that's the kind of opportunity to improve your lap time gone. Can't believe the session's just been getting worse and worse for the weather-wise. It's really forced the drivers to come out early and almost panic lap. You know, at that point where, you know, they're pushing everything just to get a decent lap. So we've maybe not seen everyone to the best of their ability yet. Oh, Matt, thank you very much for another share. Appreciate that. So we'll see what can be done from these guys. You know, hopefully we'll see some better action in Q3. Obviously, if it's just full wet, we'll see some closer representations to what could be a solid lap. You know, as I'm trying to say, some of these laps may not be perfected because of the panic to get out before the rain gets worse. And as you see, Dell comes in, so I think we could be looking at that as it for the session, unless the session gets slightly better or people like Bilton try out on the inters. We're looking at the kind of the top 10 being decided. Dragon being very lucky that this weather has changed and not been able to push him out of the top 10. So yeah, you can see from Bilton's time that is a big struggle there. Granted inters. Okay, well, go on board, Poppy. We haven't actually seen a lap from him as he tries it on the wets now. Tristan's retired. No surprise there. You know, it's at that point in the session where people can retire. So look as he comes round. Oh, you can see that. Getting onto the curb, very risky. Very difficult to stick on the racing line now as that rain is just chucking it down. As these tropical storms, they cause a lot of issues for Formula 1. As we look back at the 2016 race and how immense that was for weather. As Puppy gets onto the curb and the rear end flicks out. He's improving his own lap, which is always good, but he's on unfortunately a 127, so you know, it'd just be, I guess, for own merit that he's improving his lap time. See him really struggling with the input on the steering wheel there from those few corners. A 123.8, so a decent lap, you know. Oh, and he's straight off. He's nearly taking his whole wheel off. Oh my god. Losing parts of his front wing there. Right, so we do still have a few drivers out on track, which surprises me, to be honest. We have Dragon, who's gotten back out on wets. Guys, just giving us a little bit of a show so that qualifying's not boring, which is always good to see. You know, these guys think about their audience. Obviously, we are not going to see any more improved times. That is going to be it. Which is unfortunate for some of these drivers. Some of these drivers had really kind of the performance and the ability to make it into Q3, and they've just been ousted by the weather. Big shame for some of these guys, but, you know, will prevail. Sector 3, we've had an incident. Who is that? We may see it because Dragon's come around that way. It's gone green again, so I wonder if it was just a slight incident. It looks like Gavlar going into the pit, so he may have just had a little bit of an issue there. I I'd be very surprised if we see any improvements now. Oh, if not impossible to see an improvement on wet tyres, I'd say. Ooh, wing damage there. That's going to be it for Dragon. Didn't really keep himself composed through there, did he? That was an unfortunate moment. Just lost the rear end and he binned it into the wall. Luckily didn't lose a wheel like we've seen Apex and Nismo do through the section he's just passed. All the same though. Yeah, should have looked into that. Right, so as I said, that's going to be really it for the session. Stead gone back out, has he? He's out in a fast lap. We haven't had a chance to peek at him in qualifying, so we'll stick on board with him. Just guys, just checking a couple things. I'm hoping the stream health will improve. I think it looks like the frame rate's dropping a bit, and apologies about that. So watch Stead come round on his 2.5 seconds slower lap to finish the session. And then once we have the official results, we can confirm who is out of this session, and we can look at who is into the top 3, into the final top 10 shootout as he pits out from that. It's a good session there. Another one that's just ever dependent on weather changing has caused a few issues there, but great stuff to see. Gavler obviously got kicked from the session, has rejoined again. There we have it. We just need to wait for Stead to be pushing the pits and the session will probably end. Definitely a good one from the guys in there. Let's just see what happens in Q3. I'm definitely got no predictions now for what could be the top 3. Definitely seen some prizes in there, so definitely a good thing to look forward to though, isn't it? We'd like to see a new surprise session. So as I said, this is confirmation. So we have Nismo, who unfortunately binned it into the wall on his outlap within a minute or two of the session starting. We then have Puppy in 14th, who was never really able to get a lap together, unfortunately left it a bit too late in the weather cycle. We then have Apex, who is another one who binned it into the wall unfortunately and never really got a chance to make a new lap. In 12th we have Bilton, who's a surprise one down there for us, who never really got it together before the weather started to impact performance. And then Gavlar here as well in 11th. Appreciate the share, Matt, and it's just come through as well that Alex has shared it as well, which I appreciate that. I'm sure Alex is looking forward to this race. He's got a title to hold on to, in 4th place at the moment in qualifying Q2. Let's see what he can do. I know he's raring to get a decent result this time. He's had some issues previously. Oh my god, Matt, how many times have you shared this? Oh my god, 19 shares so far in the stream. That is amazing, guys. Like, thank you very much. It's not seen that amount ever. Right, so here we go. Chucking it down with rain. What can we see these guys do on the wet tyres? So we saw probably putting a 123 on the wet tyres. So we're maybe looking at 123s, 122s for the session. Have a look. I'd be surprised if Dragon's not the first one out this time. He normally is. I see an Alpha and it is Dragon indeed. But we're going to go on board with someone else this time. Who can we do? Devil. We've not seen any of Devil's laps. Just because we appeared on... Oh, what's happened there? We appeared to watch Dragon's lap last time out. So we'll just stick with someone else. Everyone's out at the moment. Surely the session's not going to get even worse than it already was. Jason, I'm sure you am. Being all the way back there, you need something to help you. You really struggle in qualifying, but I expect you to put in a blistering race. I expect to see some of that in the stream, some overtakes, okay? Right, let's have a look. So everybody is out except for LH44, so everyone keen to maximise the lack of time you have in qualifying. They're all getting bunched up as... Ooh, Devil going a bit too fast there, nearly straight into the back of Rayner in the Mercedes. Everyone's going to be... I'll have to slow down, surely, because look at that amount of traffic there is. Is that Maverick leading the way? I think it wasn't quite. It was a Red Bull, was it? No, the Red Bull's there. Who's that at the front? I can't quite tell. It's a Renault. And that will be DC. Let's have a look at him. Ooh, Jason. Ooh, think about it. Real head start. We'll consider it. We'll look at our options and see what you can get. Here we go. DC for his first flying lap on this very wet circuit. Then S's very cleanly into there. Just enough curve, obviously, especially in the wet. You do not want to risk taking too much of that or you will be gone. We've seen that a few times now already. Sector 1 looking very clean so far. Just let's get the lap data up for us. Doing well. Keeping it in a high gear for traction. You can see though, coming up to the braking zone, the cars all over the place. This tropical storm has really put things into perspective of how much a Formula 1 car can put up with you know, what was it, displacing the water. That's what I was looking for. You know, these tires are really built well for that. As he comes round, he's looking at a decent lap from DC. Could be seen at 122, could we? Maybe quicker. Let's have a look. He's around the final few corners. Oh, we've actually got Dragon on 120.9. I didn't think he was the first one out. Never mind, I don't know what's going on there, but 120.9 is an amazing time in the wets. 121.8 from DC. Dragon out of nowhere with these times. And Regan, though, 120.8. So we're looking at even faster than I thought. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like the rain might be calming down a little bit. Alex, a 120.7. What a lap these guys are putting in. Let's look instead. Crosses the line. Wobbles across the line even. He's 121.7. Last driver out now to be on his first flying lap, sorry, is LH44 as he comes round to finish sector 2. Into the final few corners. He's putting a decent time there in that sector. It's all important here is getting that traction away to build up the speed. Build up, build up. As he comes round. No lifting off, keeping it very clean. Following the racing line, and what does he do? It's a 121.1. Decent time in the top 5 at the moment. We're going to have to look to see, I imagine, some improved times though. We'll get on board with Dragon as he's looking to finish his lap again. Oh, he's actually backing out. This one is on 113 there. We've got anyone else? Nope, these guys look to all be kind of backing out of their laps now. Let's have a look. I imagine everyone's coming in to put in actually, no, they don't even need fresh tires. The wet should be good enough unless they've just not put enough fuel in. Yeah, everyone's coming in. Let's have a quick look, see if there's anyone else going to be going for another flying lap. It looks like everyone's pulled in. Nobody wanted to give... Oh, we got Maverick. Maverick's just gone out and he's on a fast lap now. Ooh, look at that rear end getting a real kick out of that. Holding it together nicely. Very smooth into that braking zone. I was talking earlier about how the car would, you know, wobble and fishtail into that braking zone, but he managed to keep that fairly clean. It's going to be a decent solid lap. All of it looking very smooth. See what Maverick can do as he comes around to finish sector 2. 1 minute 3, so he's a little bit down on some of the top guys, but you know, if he can get a solid lap in, we could see him maybe put himself in 6th or 7th, possibly higher. Here he comes, going to cross the line. It's a 122 flat. Okay, not a little bit slower than I was expecting. Seems to be doing pretty well through that sector 2. Obviously, that is his first lap. He has the opportunity to go for more. Instead, see, he's still on another lap. He is very close. He's 800 slower in sector 1. Sector 2, he's 3/10 up. That's what we like to see. If he can improve further, he may get into the top 5. And Stead is actually backed out. I'm surprised by that. He must have possibly run out of fuel. Let's jump back on board with Maverick as he goes across the grass. Welcome, guys, to Rallycross as we tune in at Sao Paulo. Maverick definitely taking up a different career path there. You know, we'll stick with the Formula 1 today, Maverick. We'll tune in for some dirt rally another day. So let's get on board with the Red Bull of Regan, as I just saw him pass there. We haven't seen him put in a lap today, and he is going super quick. He's only just less than a tenth slower than Alex, so he's got a lot to push for to get that P1 position. It seems to have just come about going. Maverick's been the driving force in that Dirt Rally 2.0 Rallycross. It's just come about now. You know, look out for him. Here we can see Regan come down Sector 1. He's ever slightly off on his own time. About a tenth slower, but you know, all to play for. The sector that really counts is Sector 2. As he winds up the corner. Very difficult one to get right. Avoiding any curbs. Ooh, struggling at the braking zone there. Probably just got a bit too much off the racing line, and that water has carried him off. We'll see what happens as he comes round. A couple more corners to finish Sector 2. I think he's struggling. I think that rain is starting to come down more. 7 tenths now. Yeah, he's really struggled to keep that together. Got a yellow flag there. I didn't see where. Dragon on the inters. Has the weather changed that much? I didn't realise. Or is he just taking a risk to try this? We'll stay on board to see. You can see the rain has come down a bit less, so yeah, weather change. Oh, he's trying to put it in. Thought that might have been quite a good risk from him there, but he's obviously backed out of that one. He's got 3 minutes to go before the session's over. Everyone's out in inters now. Alex puts an improved time on the wet tyres at 120.5. But has he risked losing out on the opportunity to put on the intermediate tyres? So that's what it's looking like everyone's going for now. Whether that's a risk or not, I don't know. I can't quite tell. So stick on board with DC. I want to kind of see what time he does through Sector 1. If the inters have been... Oh, no, he's going slow. He must have cut the corner, I believe. So look what other guys... Everyone's going out in inters now. So, yeah. I think Alex has missed an opportunity here. And this could be a real problem for him. He needs to get back to that pit as quick as possible. But I don't think he's got the time. You need at least... what is it? When you're coming into pits, you're going to need at least a minute and a half to 2 minutes in total for you to get back out there. So I think this is a big opportunity to lose for Alex and for Regan, depending on what the other driver's doing. Dragon has decided to go with wets. I really don't know what's going on. Half the drivers are in inters, half drivers on wets, so we could see anything at this point. Maybe I'm misjudging the situation. I mean, the rain does look to be coming down a little less. We'll wait and see. Let's go on board with Stead, who is currently on his fast lap. See what the intermediates can do. 3 tenths off on his own time. It's not quite anything to go off of yet. Obviously still enough time for another full lap from Stead. So it could be that they're just predicting this track to dry out enough just for that one last lap that they can put out. He doesn't look to be getting through here very confidently in the inters. Yeah, look at that car drifting wide. Let's see what Sector 2 appears to be. It looks quite slow, to be honest. 1 minute 2.6. Oh no, it's improving now. Is this it? Is this where the laps are starting to come together? Is it just got to that point now where the inters become better? Inters are looking quite good, Alex, and you've, at the moment, missed out on an opportunity there to get out for that. So we'll see what everyone does. 121.2 from Stead. Not enough to improve. We'll get on board with LH44 as he's done a one. No, that's previous lap time, apologies. as he goes out onto his flying lap on the intermediates. Barely quicker, about to say, but we know it's the middle section where everything comes together. Let's go on board with a couple of drivers, see what else is going on. Rainer on the wets. Looks like he's struggling for grip. Still pushing though. Dragon out in the wets as well. He's going not too bad. Ooh, did he just have a slide there? Looked like it from this angle. Here we go. That is the drivers now. The checkered flag wins. This will be the drivers' last laps. What can LH44 do? He's the one that I said to watch out for. He's got to show me well because I believe in him. Gavlar's out. Oh, has left the session. Unfortunate there. Maverick's not been able to improve his time. 7/10 up for LH44, but he struggled on that last corner. Is that going to be a big issue? Because he had the opportunity to possibly go on pole if he'd not messed that one up. But we'll see what happens as he comes through. At 120.3, it does put him on pole position temporarily. We'll see what other drivers. Dragon's off, so he's not going to improve. Stead up into third. Let's have a look. We've got Tristan out at the moment. He's 8/10 up on his own time. Can he put in a decent lap? Bring him up further in the table? A 120.5. That pushes Alex further down and Tristan up into second. The last couple of drivers we have are Dragon and Rainer, who are not really set to put in blistering laps because they're on the wet tyres. So it looks like we have it as that is our top three. We have LH44 in the Haas. Great first race for him, getting pole position. We have Tristan in second, who, as I constantly like to remind him and everyone else, he's been bragging about how fast he's going in Brazil. So good to see some hard work, put in there. Alex, the one obviously fighting for his driver's championship, is putting a decent time in third, especially being on the wet tyres. A very good lap. He'll be holding off from Dragon, who is been on 7th, so we could see some good battling through, as obviously those two guys really need to get the wins. But this is definitely going to be an exciting race, as we see Tristan there in the comments, very happy with his performance, and good to see. Let's have a quick look at that top 10 rundown. So start with 10th place, Maverick, who never really got the car together for a lap, is starting in 10th. We then have Devil's Nightmare, who had similar issues, starting in 9th. Rainer, decent time on the wets, but those intermediate tyres have just kind of forced him down the grid a little bit. Never had the chance to go out on the inters. He's in 8th. Dragon, our on-form driver, really struggling there, as he never actually went back out in the inters, and we saw him go wide on those wet tyres. Regan, another one to lose out of not going into the immediate tyres, in 6th. DC and then Stead 5th and 4th respectively, putting in decent laps in the inters, just not quite being able to catch up to the top 3 though. DC, it was a very decent lap, don't worry. Oh man, some game glitches selecting intermediates and not getting them. Unfortunate, but make up on the race. We know you can. Look to see something good from you guys. So here we go. Everyone will just be readying up. They will be on track. I just can't see that, unfortunately. Don't mind me, just choking on my own drink. Which we're waiting for those guys to hurry up. There we go, 10 seconds till the session starts. Here we go, we will be ready to go away for the formation lap. Here we go, let's see LH44 going round, leading the pack away. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Let's have a look up and down the grid. Just let's take a peek. We got, as I said, a very different top 5 today, as the weather played in the part. Alfa Romeo are the team to have, obviously, do this. They're the ones to look out for, as they got a 1-2 last time in Baku. Instead, this time leading the way to his teammate Dragon. As they both very, what would be the word for it? Very competitive drivers, you know, both really putting in the team effort. Let's have a look as we see some of the drivers coming around here. Some confusion at the back here, is there? Oh, we've got some guys on the start grid, unfortunately. 2 McLarens at the rear, obviously they'll be looking to get a good lap out here. Line up to the grid, here we go, the final little part of this formation lap, and we'll be ready to go in just a moment. Here we go, as we see the McLarens in the background coming round to finish the formation lap, and we'll be ready to go racing in just a moment. Here we go, Shade just lining up. And we're ready. As we wait for the lights to appear, here they go. 2, 3 maybe coming eventually. I'm not going to get to see how much this. There we go, we're off for the start of this Brazilian Grand Prix, as Tristan gets a brilliant start. LH44 struggling a little bit, and he's already made it into turn 1 in the lead. As he opts for the soft tires, we've got some few cars getting close. Is that DC and Regan getting very close? Everyone clean though. Let's just watch here as Zabal is going to go 4 wide. Rayner tries on Regan, as we see Alex well getting pushed down the grid. Everything still kept very clean as Alex. Oh, goes wide. Oh, we've just seen, who was that? That was Jason and Gavler go flying off, and he rejoins very dangerously, but still all kept together. 4th to 7th is this is looking where it's at. You see DC up into 5th, Alex down to 6th. What's happening there though? Is that Toon struggling? I think somebody's just dropped down there. We see Tristan starting to pull away, and LH44 having the pressure on him from Stead, as we also see Toon get past Maverick into that corner. Alex, I've just realised, Valley, the reason he's moving down, he's actually opted to start on the hard tyres. Very different strategy. As he puts the pressure on DC. Oh, who's that going wide? That was Stee, I think. Obviously giving space for everyone else to get past, as he's really struggled there. Mental first lap there. So look, Alex looking to put the pressure on DC. LH44 instead. LH44 really struggling at the start of this Grand Prix. We'll move on to him as Regan now chases him down, as he got a terrible X out of the S's and he goes for the inside. No defending from LH44. And that is an easy move for Regan, is it? I think he's just kept it. Yes, LH44 just not able to do that. Alex now challenging DC round the outside of turn 4. Can he keep it? He does. And it also allows the opportunity for Rayner to go past. DC losing 2 positions in 2 corners, and possibly 3 now, as Dragon looks for the opportunity to squeeze in. Not quite there, but Dragon is on the hunt for DC. And was that Rayner looking a little peak for Alex? Obviously, Alex is going to have a little bit more of a struggle at the moment when it comes to these these early laps, just due to being on the hard tyres. Very crazy start there, as we start to see it kind of spread out a little bit, but DRS will be activated this lap coming, so we'll see what happens here. We're going to move back up towards LH44. Oh, who's that? Someone went wide. I think that was Jason and Bilton. Gulu, thank you very much for liking the stream. Is the LH44? Is this the camera angle we're going to get for an overtake, is it? He doesn't quite make the move. He's right behind Regan now, though. We have Bilton and Jason. Ah, Jason's going down. Has he made a mistake somewhere? We're going to just stick on board with LH44 and Regan, as they now close up the gap to Tristan. Tristan has started to create a nice lead for himself, but Stead has managed to pull that back down. Stead definitely in the hunt for a victory today. We're going to stick on board with these front view guys, because as DRS is active, we may see some opportunities here. Up through to the start-finish line. Super Steve's unfortunately left the session. Anyone give it? We have Stead. He's very close now. He's going for the move. He's done it on Tristan, but has he put himself too wide? No, it's perfectly done. This has now allowed Regan to get up close to Tristan, who's going to be very defenseless here. Regan already on the move, going round the corner. Stead now, oh, it's going to block Tristan from Stead being in the way there. Is Regan? He's put his car there. Does he make the move stick? No, he's backed out of it. Probably a smart move. That could have been a really bad incident there. LH44 now still chased by Alex, and also chased very closely by Rainer. Let's have a quick look down the field. See Dragon not quite getting up with these top 6 guys as he would like. DC is now, he's moved up and down the field. He's really struggled. I see Rainer there really up and close to Alex. Bilton very close behind there, and let's have a quick look. See that there's Ferraris together in 10th and 11th. Gavlar and Nismo kind of spreading on their own. Puppy very close to Nismo. Hopefully he'll get an opportunity. Shade, one we haven't talked about. He's moved up from 20th to 15th. Very good there. And we've seen, is it Rainer? Has he gone off somewhere? He has. One of the final turns up to the start finish line. He's gone off. Very unlucky there. And Tristan just been overtaken by Regan, but he will look to get the opportunity back down to the next section. Dragon with the fastest lap of the race. So as much as I said he had quite a gap to the top 6, he's obviously looking to close that down very fast. Let's see, is Regan going to make a move for the lead? It looks like he is. He goes down the inside. Stead can't really defend there. Tries to keep it alongside, but he doesn't manage. We have Liam with a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane, as Tristan going down the trying, going the outside of Stead, but not quite making it there. Zula's just commenting, for our dinner, she wants me to ring the Chinese. We'll leave that a little bit. We've got the action going on at the moment. Let's have a quick look. See, I think DC could be catching Bilton. So many battles on at the moment. Nismo with a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. What's it? Where is this happening? It must have been him battling the Gavlar, is it? Liam retiring from the race. Unfortunate there. Let's look further back on the field, as I imagine there's going to be some movement here. Look at all these guys battling for the top position. We have, what, 6 cars there, all really going for it. We have some overtaking LH44 around the outside. Tristan, will he make it stick? He's trying it. Tristan forced very much onto the curb. Oh! Is that Alex and Tristan come together? Not quite. LH44 though has gone wide, allowing 3 cars past him. Dragon really pushing himself up here. As Alex tries the opportunity on Tristan, not quite managing there. But Alex, there we go. Oh my god, we've got 2 different battles all right next to each other. Alex really has been the one to benefit from this, especially on the hard tires. Oh, his Dragon locks up and goes wide. You know, we see LH44 trying to get that position back. Here he comes, LH44. Is he going to go around the side? Oh, he touches the grass. Might manage it though. He's still on the outside. Dragon really strolled in that section. Can he keep it? They're still side by side just about. His Dragon's on his rear wheel. LH44 is the one to benefit there as they go up the hill. Still alongside him as they use DRS. LH44 getting re-overtaken. These guys are back and forth constantly. You see Rainer now in DC going at it. Rainer tries to move back up the grid. Let's stick though with LH44 because he may get the opportunity to go right past again. Not quite here, but they're both very up close with Tristan as well. We're going to see a lot of action here for 4th place. Alex now managing to pull away. Hopefully he's looking to challenge Stead. I think that's what his next objective would be. LH44 can see him looking for the opportunity in the S section. He's be smart waiting for the DRS zone though, as he can get right up behind Dragon at this point. You just see in the background, I think that was Jason going a bit wide out of Sector 1. Very wide under the curve. He's not got as good an exit as Dragon has. Dragon really looking to push himself. Tristan down the inside. DRS now open. Easy overtake for him there. Will LH44 do the same thing to Tristan? He's going for it. And he does. Fortunately, Tristan loses 2 places down that main straight. And a few penalties now for warnings. We're going to take a look behind because Bilton and Rayner, the 2 Mercedes drivers, getting quite close now. Take a look to Bilton. Not quite enough of an opportunity yet, but Rayner will be reeling him in at the moment. So LH44 now to be hunting down Dragon again as they both overtaken Tristan. LH44 at the moment been the driver and Tristan, to be honest, to lose out the most, both starting first and second respectively. So they'll both be looking for the long haul though, as LH44 is on the medium tyres. Tristan, however, is on the soft, so he's probably going to be hoping for a bit of bad weather, to be honest. You know, this is not the greatest start from him. Up the hill they go now. I don't see LH44 having an opportunity on Dragon, but vice versa. Tristan now looks like he's ready to go for a move on LH44. Not quite close enough, but is that Bilton and Rayner? It is, as Rayner goes past down the inside of Bilton. Can he keep it though? Oh, Bilton goes sliding out there, losing the rear end and the traction as he tried to battle with Rayner. That's going to allow DC to get close to him now. Rayner now using this opportunity to get close to Tristan, as he's been reeling, as well, I keep using the word reeling, but it is what he's doing. He's pulling himself back up as he had an incident earlier, dropping himself from about 4th down to 8th, 9th. We have Nismo and Devil's Nightmare just having a little overtake there. Oh, but it's not quite finished. Oh, we've had a little touch between Devil and Nismo. Don't know quite what happened there, couldn't see it from this angle. It just looked like there was not very much room there for either driver, and unfortunately Devil has come off worse for wear there. Was that someone going flying there? No, it wasn't, just the camera angles. We see Nismo battling with Gavlar here. Gavlar opted to go try and round the outside. Oh, my Toon going very slow there. We have a virtual safety car on track now. Devil's Nightmare has retired from the race. Unlucky there for him. I was going to say we may see some soft runners possibly venture into the pits. No, I don't think so, not at the moment. Nisbo will be the next driver we'll be looking out for. He'll probably be making a move on Toon as soon as this virtual safety car is gone. How close he's getting. Toon must be going very slow. Oh, he's managed to get a penalty under the virtual safety car, and same with Apex. Very unlucky there. As we look to get the restart underway again, Nismo, Gavlar and Toon all battling here for 10th position. He takes a little bit of a wobble there. Again, it's that braking zone coming over the hill. It's where the drivers really struggle under braking. We will head back to this when they get round to their section. Oh my god, Alex he's glitched. I don't know what happened there. It looked like he reset track. Rayner just getting past Tristan, moving up into 5th place. We now have Dragon moving in on his teammate Stead for 2nd position. Very opposite strategies though. Dragon obviously on the soft tyres. He comes around the outside, and we have Stead on the medium tyre. Complete opposite strategies, and that was not even a challenge from Stead there. Obviously, bit of team orders there, knowing that Dragon has the faster tyre. As we see Gavlar and Apex switching positions. Oh, Gavlar going down. Was he had an incident? He has in the 1st or 2nd corner. I don't know where he actually started the incident. Fortunate for him. So we will move back to the front well, not even the front quite. Regan is pulling away with this one. It'll be second, third, and fourth, and fifth, sixth. We're on board with. Not seen this many cars challenging for one position in a very long time, as they all come in the corner. Stead, obviously looking to get a decent pull away here, looking to use Dragon as his tug almost, because LH44 will be on the back of him. Here comes Rayner on LH44. He doesn't quite go for the move. He's getting closer though. LH44 will now have to look at defending rather than attacking at this point. Here comes Rayner on the soft tyres. Can he make a move into turn 4? He's thinking about it. He thinks about it. He goes for it. He makes a move stick. LH44 just losing out a little bit there. And I see a sprinkling of rain. The guys in the soft tyres are the ones to benefit from this then. As obviously medium tyres do not work as well. But that is spits of rain coming down now. As I said, this is what Tristan needed, as he fell back from second down to sixth, and LH44 likewise, first and to fifth. For them to get the opportunity to move back up, this is what they've been waiting for, that opportunity with rain. You can see the guys already, the car looks like it's fishtailing a little bit from each of them. Could that be a sign that it's already starting to make effect on the track as it makes it start to be a bit slippier? I mean, we'll probably expect to see this rain come down properly in 3-4 laps. Rayner now really up on the back of Stead, looking for that podium position. Not even a challenge there. Stead struggling on the medium tyres. Rayner is straight past. Will Stead re-challenge for it? He's going to try. He thought about it, but he backs out there. We now have Rayner successfully up into third position. Stead closely behind still, only a half a second off. LH44 starting to drop off the pace a little bit. This could be the effect of rain coming through. We have a few pit stops at the moment. I'd hope they're not going to inters. That would be very early for that. Tristan here, struggling a little bit to keep up now with the top 5. Bilton, a surprise one here. He obviously dropped out of the top 10 at the qualifying session, and he's managed to build himself up pretty well to 7th place. Alex, another one. Don't know what quite happened to him, but he dropped off. Hard tyres obviously going to be very difficult as this rain comes down, so obviously he'll be, oh look at that, already on the curb, struggling. DC now, happily in 9th with Nismo in 2, going at it into sector 3 now. Let's stick on board with this as we watch going up to the DRS zone. Both taking very different lines, both struggling, I think, to keep the car on track while battling. Oh, bit of a bump there as Nismo went defensive as Toon came right up to him there. Don't think there's any damage. I think it was a light enough touch there. Let's see what happens as Toon goes wide out of turn 1, cuts turn 2, and Nismo now right at the back again. He's backed away a little bit. DRS open now. Will he make this opportunity to take him again? I don't think he's going to be there. No, not quite. We have Alex Apex creeping up behind there in his Williams, getting ever so much closer to that top 10 position. Shade, an unspoken warrior in this race, starting in last place, up into 13th now. Watch for him in these interchanging conditions. Could see some good performance here if he pits the right time. Maverick, unfortunately, we haven't seen much from him. He's been at the back for a little bit of time now. Obviously, he wasn't in the top 10, and we didn't see what happened to him. Probably another one. We're not seeing much from him yet, but again, pit stops could change that. Jason, an unfortunate one from an incident earlier. Down in 16th. Steve, he must have come back because he had, unfortunately, disconnected. He just left the session again, as I mentioned it. Commentator's curse, that is, I think, is what they call it. Gavlar then really in the last live position, as we have Liam and Devil both out of this session. Let's get on board with Dragon though, as he is really close down Rayner. Oh, we have, is that Nismo having an accident? Oh, turn 1. That's been a struggle for quite a few drivers in this race. He's lost a few positions now, moving Apex up 1 position. This is the fight for second place though, on board with Stead at the moment at the back of the battle. Gonna probably move on to Draken as he gets ever closer to Rainer. This rain not really coming down now. It can't tell, is it still raining? I think the rain is still coming down. It's not really making much of a difference at the moment. The Dragon's a little bit too far back from Rainer, but he's not going to be shy of showing himself in his mirrors. Here we go. Oh, he's gone wide. Just braked a little bit too late. That gives Stead the opportunity now to come back on his teammate. Will they do it? I think there's a little bit team orders, and here's Stead has not really given a challenge to Dragon. Let him pass just due to the tyre compound. Here we go, Dragon now a second off of Rainer almost. Stead just kind of creeping behind Dragon there, keeping with him. That Alpha team obviously still doing well in the points positions. I've seen Nismo now pitting, must have had damage from that incident at turn 1. Let's move further down the grid. Let's have a look. We have Tristan, Bilton, and Alex all together. Is that Tristan has lost 2 places? That's very unfortunate. Must be really struggling with soft tires. I think he's probably waiting for the rain to really come down rather than pitting in. But he could be a big loss if this rain doesn't come down quick enough. And just note as well, if we look down the grid, Apex has actually taken 10th place from 2. Not sure what happened there, but it must be some decent race pace from Apex as he started to make his way up the order. Oh, that was a big cut there from Bilton. Didn't realise you could go that way on this track. Mike, thank you very much for following. Appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying this race so far. I know I am. We're still seeing constant action here. Tristan with a 3-second time penalty from warnings. That is not the way to do it. Here we go though. Is he going to make a move on Rainer? I don't think he's quite got the pace. Apex still moves up another position. I think that's DC's pitting, that's what it is. I appreciate the like on the stream as well, Mike. Thank you very much. Apex now though. Oh my god, what's happened? That was, who was that? Was that a lap? Oh, it was Steele's lapped car. That's what that was. So we now have both Williams up into the top 10 positions. People are pitting, and they're not going for wet weather tyres, which is obviously a good thing. We would not expect them to go onto that now. They would really struggle at this point. Probably going to take this opportunity while they can to be on the dry tyres in case it comes right down. We start to see the spread now of drivers with Tristan still right up behind Bilton. Yellow flag in sector 3. What's happened? Don't see anyone wide, but this rain, I can see it is coming down a bit more. We've got some damage as Nismo. Oh, he's retired from the session now, as well as Tristan tries on Bilton down the inside. Doesn't quite go for it, doesn't make a stick. Tristan will look to try again in the second DRS zone. He's definitely given himself a better exit this time. As Bilton goes defensive, will Tristan try it around the outside? No, Bilton moved back to the racing line just at the breaking point. Tristan not quite got the straight line speed, but looks of it. He's definitely got his car built for the corners, but on this track, there's not many opportunities through this slithering section 2 to make an overtake. What we'll do is we are going to move forward through to Dragon again as he's still close behind Rainer, battling for that second place. Stead has now dropped off a little bit, allowing his teammate just to focus on the attack. Hayden, you've missed a lot of action. You have missed some quality racing so far. We've had mixed positions. Everyone has swapped around. But you've definitely got still a half of the race to go, so look for more. As Dragon pits now, I think he's the first of the front runners to make a pit stop. That's probably going to drop him down to 8th position as the guys move forward now. I'll actually quickly just take a quick check at his pit stop, see how good that is. Decent stuff. As I say, puts him out back into 8th. So we now see, oh, I was about to say there's no on-track battles, but we got Tristan trying again to get past Bilton. This rain is still coming down quite harshly. It's getting worse, but it's not putting in an effect on pit strategies yet. Wait and see. We know Brazil can do this because of the temperatures in the air, you know, and the track surface. The rain, it does evaporate very quickly, so unless it comes down heavy, it can tend to be still a dry race with rain. Will Tristan line himself up nicely? He needs to really get good X out of this next turn to make the most of the DRS. Must be still struggling on those soft tyres, I imagine. He's now done over half the race on those tyres. We see Regan in the pits as he goes down now from the lead. I imagine he'll be on his scheduled pit stop, the same with Tristan now as he goes in. Let's see what Regan goes on to. He's on to the medium tyres. So that's him forward to the end of the race, giving if the weather stays dry. Again, we have Tristan there, but we actually watch where Dragon comes out compared to Regan, because Regan was leading the race, but Dragon was in about 5th place. Okay, Dragon is decently close, 2.6 seconds. So, yeah, we're going to see possibly a good battle here. Obviously, Regan still needs to warm up his tyres, while Dragon has already been going around for quite a few laps on his medium tyres. Interesting to see that. Apex just getting past Tristan as he comes out of the pits, but will Tristan try and hold on to it? He doesn't. Losing a place out of pits there is not great to see. He's going to be wanting to fight back for that. Steve retires now, left with 16 cars in this session. This is going to cause a safety car. Sometimes does when these guys retire. At the moment, this is our only on-track battle. Obviously, Tristan will warm up those tyres and he will be a lot fresher, and I imagine we'll get past in the DRS zone. I see Rayner now pitting. It's all coming together now. Let's just quickly see what he goes on to. It's the medium tyres. Let's get back on board with Tristan, as he's going to be definitely ready to overtake Apex into the next section. Oh, he's very close there. Compromising his exit a little bit. Dragon, 1 minute 12 on the medium tyres. He's going to be catching Regan shortly. Why is Dragon dropped back down? That was odd there. Has he lost a bit of time? I'm not sure what's happened there. Apex just not managing to keep Tristan behind. Tristan takes the inside line and he's up into 8th. I don't know what's happened, but Dragon must have gone wide somewhere because he's lost 6 seconds basically to Regan. So nods definitely happened there. Right, let's have a look down the grid. We obviously have Apex who's going to be struggling to keep up with Tristan now. Obviously have these medium tyre guys starting to pit shortly. And Alex, who's still in the hard tyres, up in 3rd. See DC overtake Toon there. Stead now in the pits. From the medium tyres, this will be the first of the medium guys onto the softs at the top. See what he can make, what opportunities he can make of this opposite strategy. Obviously he was a little bit behind Dragon before the stops. I imagine Dragon will get past him, but we'll wait and see what happens, because obviously that'll be his main competition. Oh, it's going to be close as he comes out. Let's stick on board with him. I think he's just going to lose out. Yeah, Dragon has already overtaken him on track, but Stead has the opportunity to catch him now, being on the fresher soft tyres. So I think that is our closest on-screen battle at the moment. We have a couple further down the grid, but nobody making moves. We still have Alex, LH44 and Built-In yet to stop. So Regan at the moment is still in provisional first place, given the pit stops will happen shortly. We're going to stick on board with Dragon instead. They're the ones to look out for. Regan now, right up, getting right up behind Built-In. We see there, I imagine Built-In will be going into the pits shortly, if not this lap. Yes, we see him dive into the pits there. We have a few of those guys, they're going on soft tyres now, all pitting. Be interested to see where LH44 and Alex come out. Oh, not allowing me to change very much there. Oh, it's all over the place. LH44 coming out behind Stead. Don't think they're going to have Tristan challenging. Yeah, what's happened to Tristan actually? Is he... He's still around, he's still going. LH44 now in a decent position behind Stead. Alex now is going to be on for a push. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Is that Jason? Try to get down to him. Oh, looks like he's just had a bit of a mistake. And where's that? Coming up to the start-finish line. Allowing Shade now to get very close, and he dives into the pits. No surprise there, he's probably get some wing damage. So you guys, this is looking like the top runners at the moment. With Apex quite close behind Bilton at the moment. I'll have to go temporarily quiet just for a few minutes, guys, so I will make sure to keep eyes on the action, but you'll just not hear from me for a few minutes. Bear with me, guys. Apologies, guys, we are back now. I'm back now. As we just saw Stead overtake a Dragon in a great move down the start-finish straight. And we now have LH44 now putting the pressure on Dragon. That opposite strategy has not really played off for him, starting on the soft tyres. As much as it benefited him to make places at the start, he's really struggling now to keep the other guys behind him, as he's got LH44 and Alex really hounding him down. We saw Alex put in a fastest lap of the race earlier. We watch now. Don't know if we'll see the opportunity for them yet. Alex may actually get an opportunity on LH44 down here. LH44 goes defensive. And he goes a little bit deep. Alex looking to line him up for an overtake. We can see this happen down here towards turn 4. LH44 still going defensive. Alex round the outside. Will he make it stick? I think he will, and that looks like a clean overtake there. LH44 not really able to fight that one off down there. Once, but not twice. So we now have Alex chasing down Dragon. At the moment we have quite a spread out top 3. We have 3 seconds from Rayner to Regan and a second half from Stead to Rayner. It'll be Alex that's probably looking to challenge for the top 3. We're having some connection issues here. But yes, this is the real battle. This is a battle for the championship almost. So Dragon will really want to keep Alex behind him as long as he can, but I don't think he's going to manage it for 9 laps. Jason's qualified for session, blocking the pit lane. That'll just been some connections so much. And oh, we're having a few wobbly moments now. Here we go, Alex. Is he close enough to make a move on Dragon? I don't think quite yet, but he's got the second DRS zone for that. This rain's never really properly come down. It's just kind of stayed there and not made too much of an effect. But actually that could be what's caused Dragon to really struggle, as those medium tyres will be slipping and sliding in the rain. Alex not really given the opportunity there to overtake, surprises me. As we also had Jason's car there, even though it said he was disqualified for blocking the pit lane, odd one. This at the moment is really the closest on-track action we have, as oh, Alex really goes into the back of Dragon there. LH44 is keeping his distance, but just enough so he can take an opportunity when it arises. We're having some big lag spikes here. Hopefully it's not going to affect the drivers themselves. We have Puppy as well, close to Apex in 12th and 11th. But we're going to stick on board with this battle for 4th place. Here we go, up to the start-finish line. Will Alex actually get the opportunity to make the overtake? Dragon, of course, is still within a second instead, so make a DRS. He does. Will we see it? Alex getting close. He thought about going around the outside, but Dragon didn't leave enough space, so Alex goes for it. Down the inside, he's on his rear wheel. Dragon gives him the space, but he's not made the move yet. But now, oh, lag has actually caused him to be around the outside, and he makes the move there. Will Dragon get one back on him yet? He's going to try it. He's there. Not quite enough though on his rear wheel, but is that giving LH44 the opportunity? Not quite yet, but he is now going to be right on him. Right on his gearbox. I think he considered a move there. A little bit opportunistic. Let's have a look now. Alex will be looking to hunt down Stead for that podium position. Would be a shame to see Stead lose it, as he has done brilliantly so far in this race. But obviously Alex really fighting to keep his championship battle, and we'd happy to see him back on the podium after some struggles in recent times. So let's have a watch here. Already down to a second now to Stead. The gap from Stead to Rayner as well is not really changed from that second and a half, so we could see, you know, an opportunity for third to get second. Obviously depends who that is at that point. Alex obviously closing down very quick. Rayner has got to really put in some better laps to pull it. He's closing down Regan though as well. Regan struggling with that lead now. So 6 laps, we could see a lot of action change in first, second and third, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm not thinking this is going to be the positions staying as they are. Apologies guys if there are any FPS issues, you know, I will try and sort that out for the next stream. I've noticed the health of the stream has gone down a little bit, and as I said, I can only apologise for that, and we'll sort it out for future. I see Alex now is half a tenth behind. Rayner struggling there in sector 3. He's now actually lost a lot of time Stead. Definitely the opportunity for these positions to change is coming thick and fast. Stead now taking the advantage of being less than a second to Rayner to try and keep that third position, possibly get second. We'll see what happens here. Oh, Max. Oh, can't shame that. I didn't see what happened, unfortunately. Unlucky, man. Here we go. Stead, 0.2 seconds now behind Rayner. Rayner's really struggled somewhere. Oh, he's on the medium tyres. Hadn't even noticed that. That will be where he's struggling. These guys in the softs closing him down now. Who's going to take that first option? Oh, Alex goes into the back of Stead. Causing him to go nearly to the back of Rayner. Alex has now had an end plate fall off. Is that going to cause issues for him now? Alex goes to the inside instead. Nearly goes off the track trying it. Stead did leave a little bit of space. Very close action here as we watch Stead. He surely is going to get the move made on Rayner now. But Alex equally just as close as Stead. Who's going to make it? It looks like Alex and Stead is going to be the first move to happen. Stead goes defensive. Alex still goes even deeper into that one. Stead gives him the space. Alex having to break for that one. Doesn't manage to make the move stick. Lagging a little bit. Here we go. Surely Alex will make the move on Stead this time. Rayner going defensive already because they're both catching him. What's going to happen here? Stead gives the space and loses the place. Now down to fourth is Alex, who's up into third to now really put the pressure on Rayner if he didn't already have it. 2/10, well, surely we're going to see Alex close his position for second. I think Regan, because of this battling, has been made safe to get first position. We're just going to move a little bit further back while these guys are still battling. Everyone's coming into play now for second place. Look at this. We've come back to the way we were originally with 5-6 cars battling for second. I think, apologies, 6 cars. No, 5. Get my math right there. Alex having a bit of a tail whip side instead. Now closing the opportunity again to regain that position for third place. Rayner giving obviously a little bit of a breather because of Alex having that wobble. We're going to stick on board. We've got 2 battles going on. Dodo hits Geos. We're going to stick with Alex instead. Hopefully we'll see Dragon and LH in the background. It's very close. LH for one goes. Does he? No. Oh, we got virtual safety car because of Shade being out. That has saved Rayner and Dragon there for the moment. Wait and see what happens. Those guys are medium tires, so Rayner and Dragon are going to really struggle to heat them back up when this virtual safety car ends. Here we go, let's keep a watch. Apex is a drive-through penalty for speed under virtual safety car. Very unfortunate there, especially as Apex is in that final points position. He's going to lose that because of this penalty. Obviously, he has to serve that within the race. And the racing is back underway as LH44 and Dragon go very close. LH44 makes the move into Sector 3. Brilliant stuff. Taking opportunity of those medium tires being cold. He's now going to be pushing on for Stead. He really wants to regain a podium position, as this is our pole position man that has kind of fallen off the board a little bit. Stead now very close to Alex. Rayner now has 3 laps, just under 3 laps to keep his second place. The pressure is on. Stead with the DRS not being enough to catch Alex. LH44 just closing that gap. Now Dragon is going to be holding on to the back of him, waiting for a mistake to happen on the medium tyres. Not really much to say. These guys all keeping about the same gap at the moment. We could really see anything change at this point. This is still a 5-car battle for second in theory. As we see Alex now right behind Rayner, and we see Stead right behind Alex. LH44 and Drag just a little bit off there, so this is where the action is going to be. Alex surely is going to make the move this time. Down the straight, Rayner dives into the pits. That's an odd move there. 2 laps to go. 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane as well. Here we go. So Alex has moved up in second. Stead keeping his third position now as he was earlier, but he's fighting for second place. Ha! Hayden, is that a little reference to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire there, is it? From Mike Goffin. And we have LH44 has just made the move on Dragon. I didn't expect it in a position there. So LH44 moves up into 4th. He is desperate to get that podium position back. 1.7 seconds off Stead though. It may not be an opportunity to do that. He may have just left that a little bit too late. we are going to stick on board with Stead and Alex. This is where the action's at. This is for second place, as we are now finishing the penultimate lap and going on to the last lap of the race, I believe. It is indeed. Regan has not crossed the line yet, so it is lap 35 of 36. Stead struggling out there, but he will get the DRS. Hopefully he can make up some time again through here. Getting very close now, down to 6/10. Will he make the gap close again? He's definitely going to have to really stick with him through the S section of Sector 2, the winding course. Pulls out the slipstream. Is he overheating in the engine? Possibly. Now down to 5/10, 4/10. He's really trying harder now. Jason, I wouldn't say it's top 5. I was saying we've got a couple of changes there. It's definitely a different order, at least. Regan wasn't there last time. LH44 wasn't. And Stead has suddenly started to recently get into the podium from what I can see. Obviously good opportunity. Well, not good opportunity. Good racing from Stead so far. I'm curious to know why Rayner pitted as well. That was a very odd move there. He's in 6th at the moment. No opportunity to catch the top 5. We now see Stead dropping off the pace. He's dropped out of a second. So this actually brought LH44 into opportunity if he could have had a mistake. But we have, that's it, as Regan coming to cross the line to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Followed closely by Alex, putting a phenomenal race instead in 3rd. Oh, we've had some position changes because of penalties. So Dragon in the end has finished 3rd due to penalties. LH44 finishing in 4th place just outside. Unfortunate for our pole man. Stead must have had a few penalties, then we realised he's dropped down to 5th. Rayner, surprisingly, after his pit stop on lap 34, coming back at 6th with his teammate closely behind in 7th. We have Gavlar and probably have already finished the race as they were a lap down. Tristan coming home, unfortunately in 8th after such a good qualifying position. And DC not far behind him in 9th as they both cross the line now. We then have Toon and Maverick still to come round to finish, well, Toon will be to finish off the top 10. Drive through penalty, really, that is unfortunate. I wondered what happened. Really unfortunate then, right at the end. So, Toon crosses the line to finish off the top 10. And we will see Maverick come round to be the last driver to cross the line. What a great racing we had throughout that race. Really brilliant stuff from all the guys, and really good to commentate on this league. We had some good action there, and congratulations again to Regan for putting his Red Bull in 1st place. There we have the podium celebrations coming out, and we have Adrian Newey coming out to celebrate as well. Great driving from the guys. We'll watch the podium celebrations, let them have that. Alex, you did really well to recover there. Give yourself a pat on the back for that one. Here we go. Podium celebrations. Red Bull, Racing Point and Alfa Romeo. I always have to question what they're called Racing Point for some reason. And we'll just have confirmation of the final positions here in a moment. Even though I get XP for that. There we go. Final position. So, as we said, Regan, Alex and Dragon. Top 3, very well done to them. LH44 just missing out on a podium position. Stead, unfortunately, just due to penalties, moving down a little bit. Rayner then, unfortunately, as we've had confirmation, had a drive-through penalty, which caused him to go through the pit lane while he was in 2nd position, unfortunately. And then built in DC, Tristan and Maverick rounding off the top 10. Didn't hear much from them in this race, but still decent points there for those guys. So thank you very much everyone for tuning in tonight to FNR Silver's race. I'll be live obviously throughout the weekend for my own streams, but we will see FNR back next Friday. So I hope to see you all then. Again, thank you very much guys, and bye bye for now.